Hi, Martin Harvey here, chiropractor and also expert in the influence literature. So this is the third of our holiday tips to help you communicate the value of chiropractic care better to the people in your community. So the first of our tips was all about the steps you need to take to get better at communication. The second tip was all about asking permission as a strategy to improve your communication. And today's tip, we're going to use the metaphor of coffee. You see, coffee, a lot of it is all about timing. There's the rule of sevens. So if you pick new coffee beans, then ideally they should be roasted within 7 weeks of being picked from the coffee plant. And then once the beans are roasted, then you really should be using those beans within about 7 days for them to be at their best. And then once you grind the beans, you've got about 7 seconds before it starts to oxidize and change the quality and how good the coffee is. There's also that element where having a coffee is also a really good punctuation point in your day. It's a little pause in your day to stop and reflect and catch up on what's been happening. And that's what I want to give you as your third tip in this series, is pausing. So often when we have a message to tell people, we tend to want to have it smooth and run through and have point A, B, C, D and E running in a nice neat line. Now the problem with that is communication isn't so much about what we say, it's about what's received at the other end. And if things are too smooth and too even, it's really easy for the other person to check out. So one of the things that the influence literature tells us very, very firmly is that our brains are problem-solving machines. So if I'm in the middle of explaining something and then I seem to stop or pause to just think of that exact right way of putting it, the other person, their problem-solving machine of their brain is leaping ahead and going, where is this idea going? So pauses are tremendously powerful way of communicating because it engages the other person's brain, but they're trying to think in your terms. So really useful in a chiropractic context where you're needing to give somebody a whole lot of information. So let's say you're in the middle of a report of findings, or you're explaining in a talk quite a complicated process. Pausing in the middle of it to let the other person kind of add what the meaning might be is a really powerful way of enhancing your communication. So your tip for today is pauses. Now there's lots of different applications of pauses. They're part of a huge topic around the influence literature. If this sort of stuff is engaging to you and you want to really up your communication game in 2016, I'd encourage you to get to the one-day communication intensive that we're running in Orange County, January the 23rd. The website details and how to register will be immediately after this video. Hope to see you there, and I would love to hear your comments on how you're going with these communication tips. Thank you.